Hello guys, this is Big Fish, and on this video, we're gonna be talking about what classes can be used well as a whale hunter's class. Now see, there's a lot of different classes that are good, but they can't really be used against someone of a higher CP. So we're gonna be putting classes that can be put as a whale hunter class, and we're probably just gonna remove this one because we don't really need that one. We're just gonna put it C as in probably not possible, B possible but very hard, A being decent, and S being good, or you can call that the OG whale hunter class. Alright, so first thing is actually Hasashin. Hasashin marked S last time, but actually for whale hunting is not really a good one. And the reason is this class does not have forward guard, and its invincible is quite low. When you're against someone of a higher CP, super armor will not save your life. You need forward guard or invincible. Next is Archer. Self-explanatory. Berserker, A for sure. What is this? Is this like a Lupa, or is it like a? I think it's a Lupa. Yeah, Lupa. Self-explanatory. Windwalker. This can actually be put in B because it has a lot of mobility, but it has not really any forward guard. It's got a little bit of super armor. It's just fast. That's all. Fletcher. Self-explanatory. High outplay potential. Very, very strong. Like with the proper mechanics, you can literally be invincible with the Fletcher. Primrose. A. It's good because it has a forward guard and slows, but it's nowhere. It's not an easy class to play, and even if you're good, it's pretty easy to punish. Like, the class is just clunky. Blade Master, surprisingly, is A. I know it sounds funny, but this class can be used to whale hunt. I'm not kidding. I'm serious. Next is Fantasma. Fantasma, B. Self-explanatory. AM. S. Self-explanatory. So much invincible. Has a lot of slows. Has a lot of range. Has stealth. Has a lot of range. Yeah, you name it, right? It's just, yeah. Reaper. Unfortunately, it's just gonna go A, not S. And the reason is pretty simple. Same reason as the rest of the ones in A. It's not gonna be able to be used well, although it has a lot of super armor. Because when you're against whales, sometimes you don't get to do what you want, man. Like, you got hit twice, 3 times, usually you're dead. So yeah, it's not gonna work. SA is not gonna work. Lotus. S tier. Self-explanatory, a lot of super armor, has a forward guard, has 2 stealth, has an opening from far away, which is the arrow shot. Perfect, alright. Has invincible as well on the evasive strike. As a disengage, good class to whale hunt. Next is Invoker. Invoker is probably gonna be put in B. It's got a lot of range, it's very mobile, but the super armor is pretty bad. It has no forward guard, and the invincible is almost non-existent. Next is Shy. Now this one is actually quite difficult for me to say. Okay, the Shy is actually it's actually a good class with a good range, with a good super armor, and its evasion is actually really good. The only problem is it's still a super armor based class. It's not really based on forward guard, and its invincible is very limited as well. It's not gonna work. Next is Paladin. Paladin, I think it's self-explanatory. S, super easy class to play. You play Paladin, you lose, you can fuck your mother, right? Grandmaster, S tier, of course. A lot of forward guard, almost purely forward guard. This class is basically the OG forward guard user. Very high skill based, has a lot of counters, very, very versatile class. Has no apparent counter, unfortunately. Destroyer, alright, Destroyer, B. I think it's pretty obvious. Its damage is okay, but but the range is crap, and its mobility is very easily read. People are not stupid, come on. Titan, B. Has 2 grabs, but actually I'm gonna put it in C. It's not possible. Like, it's mostly super armor. It does have 2 grabs, but good people and whales will probably hit you before you can do anything about it. So yeah, you're probably dead. Next is Huntress. Hunter's gonna be put in S class, of course. A lot of invincible. Oh my god. Okay, a lot of invincible. Has a very high range. Very nice mobility. I don't need to explain too much. Next is, what is this? Oh, what the fuck is this? Kunoichi? This is Kunoichi, right? Like, I assume this is Kunoichi? Kunoichi, A. The problem with the Kunoichi is one thing, its opening has no super armor, but it does have 2 forward guard and an invincible. And a grab, so it's pretty decent. The only reason why it's not an S is because its opening is very unreliable. And yeah, basically if you fucked up your forward guard, you fucked up. Next is the Spirit Walker. Spirit Walker, I would say A. It's got a grab, it's got a very good mobility, and the most important thing is people don't really know how this class works because there's so little of them. People don't have a lot of experience fighting this class. Particular Nova, A. Has a very high forward guard, has an auto block as well. It's also, I guess, very defensive, and has a lot of forward guard. It's a A class tier, of course, and it has a grab as well, probably the best grab in the game. Next is the wait, let me see. Lancer. Lancer, when you're against someone noob, this is probably the class for you. Very high super armor rotation, has forward guard, has phase, which is her fallen angel. Very nice. It can be used to stall, it can be used to do many things. Okay, so last video I got a lot of people complaining that I missed Void Knight. So we'll probably just put out this as a Void Knight, alright? Void Knight, do I need to explain? Void Knight is probably S tier 1. It's probably the best whale hunting class in the game. Self-explanatory, I'm pretty sure I don't need to explain too much. All of you know about this already. It's basically a class with a lot of forward guard. It has the most broken-ass mobility skill in the game. It's impossible to chase. It's got a forward guard, it strikes you twice, it's gonna run away, and it slows you, which is like about as slow as a Primrose. So it's pretty self-explanatory. It's not really, I don't think I need to explain too much. You wanna whale hunt, just use VK. The only problem is, if you use VK, you're gay. Yeah. Next is the Sura. So I got a lot of mixed feelings about this class, and the reason is this Sura is also almost purely super armor. So it does not have forward guard. It does have invincible, but it's not really a class that's able to like whale hunt as effectively, because when you're against someone very strong and you appear behind them and they just spin or something, you're gonna die, man. I'm telling you, you're gonna fucking die. Next is the Raven. Raven. I guess it's B. If you're against someone who's like a good player, and like, let's just not say good. Let's just say you fight someone like 1k above you, very unlikely you're gonna win, man. Unless they're really stupid, alright? Your damage mainly come from your skills, like from your burst damage, and this is the Raven is basically a class used for whales, not for a whale hunter. It's not gonna work. You do have a lot of mobility, but your mobility is kind of limited, and it's mainly super armor. You do have invincible, but it's not really reliable enough because it's very your skills have a lot of delay, and the animation is easily read, and the moment people saw you use it like twice out of nowhere, because you Ravens all do the same thing, you guys jump three fucking times and then you're done. You do this thing, you're not gonna win, alright? Hands down, you need a very high skilled Raven to actually whale hunt. The stuff in B is possible, it's just not easy, that's all. Alright? Next is the Gladiator. Gladiator, I would put this as an S rank. To be completely honest with you, this is probably one of the best like whale hunting class in the game. This class have everything. It has an auto block, which blocks any kind of damage, 6 hits every 2 seconds. It also has a forward guard skill. It also has a long range opening, which knocks people down. It also has basically a very high skill cap. It has a grab as well. To be completely honest, this is probably like one of the OG classes to whale hunt. The only problem is, like this class is heavily countered by some of the current meta classes, which is the Paladin. Not really, actually. The Paladin is not really a big counter. I think the biggest counter for Gladiator is actually the Lotus. If I Lotus, you're probably gonna die. Just so you know, like Lotus, Fletchers, you're probably gonna die. Next, I think this is the last one. I think the Warlord. Whoo, Warlord, eh? Probably gonna be B or C, either one. The Warlord is a class made for whales, not for whale hunters. The class has very horrible mobility, and its main power is actually to soak damage and like counter back. It's invincible is only on the back step, and it's very long cooldown, and it's not really a good way for you to actually like absorb hits, because mainly your class mainly runs around its upper hand, which is a super armor, not a forward guard, and so it's not really gonna work. I guess that's about it, guys, for today's video. I don't know if I missed any. Please let me know if I missed anything. I hope I don't miss anything today. This is gonna be it for today's video. I really hope that you guys can learn something. I guess the S tier classes are probably the best ones to whale hunt, like hands down. You probably need a lot more skill for the Fletcher and the Gladiator, but and a Grandmaster, but for the rest, I'm pretty sure it's pretty easy. Like Void Knight is basically like Huntress, it has like 3 invincible or something with like a mobility skill. It has a lot of range. I think it's pretty self-explanatory, guys. I'm pretty sure you guys are not dumb people. You guys probably know more about what I'm talking about. That's gonna be about it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys again very, very soon. Bye, guys.